Hi, I'm Doug Keck. This is an EWTN Bookmark Brief. Just had the pleasure of speaking with Rod Bennett about his latest book, These 12, The Gospel Through the Apostles' Eyes, published by Catholic Answers, available through our EWTN religious catalog, naturally, EWTNRC.com for all things Catholic. Check it out on the web. These 12, The Gospel Through the Apostles' Eyes. How do you look through the Apostles' eyes?
Well, you've got the scriptures as a starter, but you also, since some of the information is pretty sketchy. It wasn't the purpose of the Gospels to give us a biography of the apostles, but it's surprising how much you can learn from putting the pieces together, giving the whole counsel of Scripture, but also looking at extra biblical sources, preserved records from the early church fathers.
So in putting this book together, what did you learn about the apostles that maybe you weren't aware of before? Or did you learn anything?
I learned a lot. As a matter of fact, the book in a way has been in the making for 30 years because it was the fruit of a challenge that a guy gave me. An evangelical friend of mine said he didn't see that the apostles had any special role at all. So that stuck with me, and I began to try to ponder it and consider it and do a sort of a thought experiment. And I've been looking at the apostles in a way every time I read the Gospels ever since then, saying, how would they have heard this saying? How would they have, what did this mean to them? And what was their background like so that they could understand what he was saying?
Mm-hmm. Now, Catholic Answers approached you about this book then, right?
They did, yeah. Yeah, and it just happens that the Lord had been providing me with counseling me and tutoring me in a way for those 30 years because I'd been thinking about it for a long time. In fact, I've got notes for a project called These 12 that go back to the early 80s.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So also, you've always kind of focused on the early churches. Is that just because of your search for the true church and it was important in your conversion experience? Of course, you were featured 20 years ago or plus on the Journey Home show, right?
Well, in a way, the reason I tell the story of the early fathers and the reason that's become sort of my thing is because, in a way, it's me telling my own conversion story. Because discovering the existence of these writings from the early church and then discovering what was in these writings and what wasn't in these writings is really the whole story of my conversion. Finding out that the early church, to put it too simply really, to finding out that the early church was the Catholic Church.
Right. And is that the reason, well, first of all, Catholics didn't know most of the stuff to begin with, but certainly is that the reason why these kind of documents are not talked about outside the Catholic Church?
Well, I don't want to add to the confusion of conspiracy theories that we're all choking on these days. I don't know why they do it. I think it's probably because it is a difficult subject. This is difficult stuff to read. I mean, it's buried in fine print and all the rest of it. It certainly would be, I referred to it in Four Witnesses as the church's best kept secret, the writings of the fathers. But, I guess if you think that all you need is the Bible, that any of this other stuff is just darkening counsel, human opinion. In fact, a review of one of my books from a hostile critic said, this man is obviously thrown over the scriptures and prefers the opinion of man, of these mere human beings.
Well, in going through this and putting this forward, do you find people also come forward and say, well, this has all been redacted, it's all been adapted, we don't know if these are really what the beliefs of the early church actually were?
It's a testimony to how powerful the material is that they are forced to resort to conspiracy theories. The powers that be in the Middle Ages covered it up or changed it or rewrote it or whatever, though there's no evidence for any of that.
Right. Constantine.
All of that. So if the only way you can get around a set of facts is to come up with a conspiracy theory, you need to give it some more thought.
Well, you sound like you've got a very modern approach to what's happening in the world today on social media. The book, These 12, The Gospel Through the Apostles' Eyes by Rod Bennett, available through our EWTN religious catalog. Look for the entire interview on our on-demand platform, and also look for the interview coming soon on the network. I'm Doug Keck. This has been a Bookmark Brief. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you next time.